What's up, guys? My name's Captain Dave and welcome back to Mass Effect 3, where last time we left off we finally got everything finished, done and dusted on the Citadel. And as I say, this game I think is one of the times where you're on the Citadel for the longest amounts of times. Out of all the Mass Effect games, I think the first two combined you're still here longer on Mass Effect 3, depending on how much you dilly-dallied in Mass Effect 1, that is. But I think with that all done, everything is done and dusted and wrapped up for now. It's time to go on and meet with the Quarians, because they have been eerily quiet throughout this whole war. I mean, the galactic war has been going on, and we haven't heard Bo Peep from them yet. So they've been a little bit eerily quiet, and that doesn't bode well with Shepard. So we need to find out what has finally made them pop their heads up for air. But before we do that, we got a little message from Trainer off camera, asking us to go down here and speak with Dr. Chukwas. So let's go do that before we move on out.
You always pull through, Commander. We've received the supplies from Tactus.
Everything good?
Indeed. We've acquired some very useful equipment. As such, I've been able to enhance the effectiveness of our Medigel delivery systems. I've also collated information that Liara may find of interest. Check with Glyph.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Chukwas. Something that could have waited for Normandy stories, but to be honest, if it means we get an upgrade in Medigel, then I'm glad to take it now. Glyph, my old robotic buddy.
Excellent find, Commander. The information network terminal has been updated.
My thoughts exactly. I do believe Chukwas has sent you a little package for me. Let's have a looky-loo. Medbay surgeries. We can either heal our scars or we can upgrade our health by +5. Well, you know exactly where I'm going with that one. Paragon Shepard is Paragon and all that, so we don't need our scars healed. Hell, even if we did need our scars healed, I think we may stay Ugly Shepard and get the +5 health, because as this game is going to go on, I think we're going to need as much health as we can get. But with that all done and dusted, I do believe it's been a while since I've last played Mass Effect 3. I suppose disclaimer putting that out there just in case there's a little bit of ring rust on my performance. It has been a while since I played Mass Effect 3 as of recording this. But I do believe that is everything in the whole universe done and dusted. There was maybe one more artifact. No, it was down here if it was one. So no, that is all the artifacts done and dusted. Let's go over to the far rim and speak with the Quarians. Oh, and before I do speak to the Quarians, something is I've just remembered something. For all those who may have been a little bit weirded out, found it a little bit uncomfortable when Kaidan confessed his undying love to us back on the Citadel. There is a video you need to go see. I saw this video back when I first started recording Mass Effect 1, and I have waited this long to mention it. Hold on. Where do you think you're going? That's better. But I've been waiting ever since Mass Effect 1 to tell you about this. Waiting for the right moment, and I've just remembered. Type in on YouTube, Kaidan, Sexy and He Knows It, Citadel DLC. It should be like the top one that comes up. Trust me, watch it, you will not regret it. It is by far one of the funniest Mass Effect things I have watched in a long time. It's just... It's just so funny. It's awkwardly funny, and I think it's actually one of the reasons why I like the guy so much. Even if he is coming on to me in every mission, it almost makes me want to romance Kaidan. Well, no, I wouldn't say that far, but still, I'm still going to say Vim or Vermeer over Ashley every time. You just got to love Kaidan. That's all I'm going to say. Watch the video, you won't regret it. Or maybe you will, who knows. Just watch it. I would link it in this video, but as I say, I record these so far in advance, there's no way in hell I'm going to remember to link it. So just type that in on YouTube, you will not forget it, or regret it. You probably won't forget it either.
Commander Shepard, a pleasure to see you again, though I wish it were under better circumstances.
I had hoped for your support in the fight against the Reapers. What's going on?
17 days ago, with precision strikes on 4 Geth systems, the Quarians initiated the war to retake our homeworld.
Which was a clear violation of our agreement with the Council to avoid provoking the Geth.
A treaty violation is nothing compared to recovering our homeworld and advanced AI technology.
Tell me about your history. Oh no, we don't need you to tell us about your history. Once you get a Quarian talking, they do not shut up. We found that out. Normandy stories in ME1 and back on Tally's loyalty mission as well. They do not shut up. But that is not the big problem here. During a galactic invasion by the Reapers, every world, every population fighting the Reapers, this is when the Quarians finally decide to grow a pair and fight the Geth again. A war that they lost last time. Did my advice to you in Mass Effect 2 mean absolutely nothing? Oh, we don't need to know about your history. It's your future I'm concerned about. This was a terrible, terrible idea.
You're throwing yourselves at the Geth? Again?
And this time, we may have destroyed our people for good.
We'd driven the Geth back to the home system when this signal began broadcasting to all Geth ships.
The Reapers.
Under Reaper control, the Geth are significantly more effective. Our fleet is pinned in the home system. If we're going to win, we're...
Win? You insisted on involving the civilian ships, Admiral Gerrel. We need to retreat or we'll lose the live ships.
Where's the signal coming from?
Here. A Geth dreadnought. It can outgun anything we've got, and it's heavily defended.
The Normandy stealth drive can get us in undetected. I could board, then disable the Reaper command signal.
Yes. Cutting off the signal should throw the Geth into complete disarray.
I think this was something I mentioned back in Mass Effect 2, but it's really odd how in Mass Effect 2, Admiral Corris, the commander of the very masculine sounding ship Quip, was like a major douchebag during Tally's trial. Gerrel seemed to be more on the money. And now when it's come to the war, Corris seems to be the only one who actually has the Quarian people's interest at heart, and Geralt's just like a war-driven lunatic. I mentioned it back in ME2 during the loyalty mission. Now, Corris actually, as lame as he was, he had his head turned on straight, and I think this goes to prove it. Yeah, we're not going to let you counterattack. Get your people out of there while they still can.
And while they're confused, you get to a mass relay and retreat.
Good. Our civilian ships have seen too much fighting already. Are you certain you can disable the signal?
We'll get you out of there safely, Admiral.
Our newest Admiral has also volunteered to offer technical expertise.
Shepard.
Tally. Admirals, I'll ready a team to hit that dreadnought.
Thank you, Commander.
Admiral?
It's mostly a formality. I'm an expert on the Geth.
That you are.
I'm glad you're here.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have helped.
Thanks, but I knew you had your own problems. I'm sorry about Earth. We've got the largest fleet in the galaxy. If you can help us, we'll hit the Reapers with everything we've got. Or however much is left from this stupid war.
I thought you'd support the invasion.
No. After talking to Legion, I thought maybe there was a chance for peace.
So why help them?
I'm an admiral. People look to me for guidance. Public disagreement would divide the fleet.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, big ass Reaper invasion. You're having a war with the Geth. That is pressing matters. But there is something that's a little bit more important on Shepard's mind right now.
And what about us? Would us being together divide the fleet?
No. Well, possibly. I don't know. But right now, I've got civilian ships taking fire. Can we keep this quiet, at least in front of the admirals?
Sure thing, Miss Vas Normandy.
Thank you. If you want to talk in private, maybe you could invite me up to your cabin?
Maybe I could.
And for the record, still totally worth it.
You're damn straight, Tally. You're damn straight. It was definitely worth it. But there is no point dilly-dallying. Before we go for this dreadnought, where do you think you're going? I wonder if that counts as if I can make you salute me again. One salute a day, eh? Alright, fair enough. I'll be back. But no, why make her wait? If we're about to go off to the Geth dreadnought, let's not leave anything up in the air. Let's get Tally up to our quarters and let's get all our ducks in a row. Let's find out where we stand with this thing. Our second squad mate's going to feel like a right third wheel. But standard protocol before we do anything, Space Hamster Chewie always comes first. Yes, squeak, squeak. Always informative. Gotta love Chewie the Space Hamster. Anyway, Tally, let's talk.
Tally, I'm free if you'd like to come up.
I'll just be a moment. Thanks for asking me up. I couldn't talk freely in front of Ron.
You okay?
No, I'm really not. 17 million lives are riding on me, and I don't know if I can save them.
Hey, you're not alone.
This was supposed to be my father's fight, but he left me with all of this. If they die because of me, if I don't...
We'll get them out of there safely, Tally.
I couldn't do this without you, Shepard. I feel like I'm bluffing, trying to convince them that the Admiral's daughter knows what she's doing.
Not the Admiral's daughter. The Admiral.
I know. And at least now, I can push back against the worst ideas. That's why I accepted the position. And because of you.
Me?
When they offered me this position, I asked myself what you'd do. I thought you'd take the chance to make things better. You've given up so much, stood for too long without allies. I didn't want you to do this alone. So, if you're ever lonely, just let me know.
Nah, who am I kidding with this will I, won't I, big question mark thing? We all know where I'm going with this one.
Tally, nothing between us has changed. Unless you wanted to.
Kila, Shepard. I'm not going to beg, but I didn't come up here just to see the fish.
No, you came up here because I asked you to. I want you here. With me.
Okay.
Boom, baby! Let's feed the fish, because Shepard definitely just got something himself. Well, he didn't actually, that's a bit of a lie. But anyway, Chewie the hamster, fish, it's been fun. Squeak indeed. But we have a Geth dreadnought to go and attack. I mean, just like with Dr. Chockwash, that was probably something that could have waited till Normandy stories, but I felt that was just too many unanswered questions up in the air. We needed to get that sorted before we started the mission. As that second squad mate's going to feel like a bit of a third wheel when it actually comes to taking this on. I mean, when you're taking on a bunch of Geth inside their own dreadnought, the last thing you need to feel is just socially awkward at the same time. I don't know, maybe I'm just talking out my arse. I tend to have a habit of doing that. But anywho, we have a Geth dreadnought, but let's have a little looky-loo, see what these things are. The Migrant Fleet. Well, we all know what the Migrant Fleet is, but for anyone who wants to give it a read, feel free to pause the video at your discretion. And the Geth debris field. Alright, let's do this. So, for this one, Tally's mandatory, just like loyalty missions in ME2 or just like Eden Prime with Liara. Mandatory, you got to bring Tally with you. But I do believe we've got a few other suits we can put her in. So we've got power damage, we have a fancier sort of wear, power recharge, and we've got Terminator Tally, which does weapon damage at 25%. I think we're going to stick with Terminator Tally for this one. And even though you know, I always say I'm going to mix it up. Garrus is going to make a return appearance just for this one because, hell, let's go old school. Shepard, Tali, Garrus, just like the Collector ship, just like Mass Effect 1. The old crew's back together again. And yes, I know, I said I was going to be switching it up soon. Yes, this is just a last hurrah for Garrus. I will be switching it up after this mission. Or at least for a few people I will be anyway. Javik especially will be getting a hell of a lot more use once this mission's over with. Well, we've got here the Disciple. Yeah, I'm happy with the Wraith. To be honest, there's not really going to be much weapon switching up from now on. I'm kind of happy with the weapons everyone has for now. Tali, let's give you the Scorpion with power damage, and you don't really need accuracy, but hey ho, you've got it anyway. And the Wraith with power damage. And let's drop down that weight a little bit for you, just like I do. And of course, Sniper, Particle Rifle. Good, good, good. 2 points, saving that for Paul. We don't need cryo ammo, and I never use Shockwave. So, to save it for Paul. And Garrus, save it for Proximity Mines. Now, Tali, Quarry and Machinist. Let's get that all ranked up. Recharge speed, health and shield. No, we want your recharge speed. Weapon damage, tech power damage. Recharge speed of drone powers, increased recharge speed of squad mates' tech powers. Always got to get the squad mate buff at the end. Now with this, you got energy drain. That's kind of like overload, except for it gives the user a shield buff for a little while. So if Shepard was using it, it means his shields, I think, would be a little bit more powerful, or would do less damage to his own shields for a little while. But as I say, it's on Tali. It won't affect Shepard too much. Sabotage is just like it is in ME2, can hack enemy synthetics, and just like ME1 can also hack enemy weapons as well. So, you know, I'm not really a huge fan of Sabotage. I don't like mechs working for me for a little while, or Geth working me for a little while, because they turn around and start attacking me again later on, and I forget when that is. So, although I believe you can make them explode at the end, so I don't know, there is that. Combat drone, defensive drone. It's kind of obvious that's defensive, that's combat. I prefer combat. So I'm going to stick a whole bunch into energy drain. Let's get that fully done. Let's increase damage. Shield restoration when draining shields. Let's do the recharge speed. And reduce damage taken. Now if this was Shepard doing it, I'd do reduce damage taken. But as it's for a squad mate, it's just to make that damage greater. I mean, it's almost like Garrus' Overload, where it can kill an enemy in just one blast. No damage is required afterwards. So stick this in the combat. Damage and shield. Explodes when destroyed. I definitely like the sounds of that. If it does no damage when it's out there, at least it can take some damage on the way out. Damage and shields. Electrical pulse. Now we've got to go with the long range rockets. I always figure there's got to be more enemies long range than there are close range. And let's just stick the rest of this in sabotage for now, or at least as many points as we can. Alright, let's do this.
We're approaching the Quarian home system. ETA to Rannoch, 5 minutes.
What have you got from the comm buoys?
Pretty much a big old shitstorm, Commander.
I have detected several hundred unique ship signatures engaged in active combat.
Yeah, like I said.
Take us in, Joker.
Stealth drive engaged. Only way they'll detect us is if you all start singing the Russian national anthem.
My cyber warfare suite has accessed their docking protocols.
All right. Once we're aboard, we find whatever's broadcasting the Reaper signal and shut it down. Tali's our expert on Geth software. She'll be handling hacking and security.
Good to have you back, Tally. And maybe with another Dextro aboard, they'll get better Turian food.
As long as it's sterilized.
Dr. Michelle did get me some Dextro Amino chocolate. You're welcome to it once we're back.
She got you Turian chocolate?
She said she saw it and thought of me. Why?
Oh, nothing.
Shepard, there's a problem. All tubes except one are physically secured.
I see the free one. It's pretty torn up, though.
Too risky for the whole team. I'll secure the docking area. Everyone else can follow me over.
Roger that, Commander. We'll just stay here. You know, quietly.
Hang tight. It'll just be a minute.
It looks like Dr. Michelle has got feeling a little something for Garrus there, although Garrus being Garrus is completely oblivious. Looks like she remembers all the help we gave her all those years ago in the wards in a clinic with Fist.
No wonder the Quarians were having trouble. That ship is enormous.
It is 30% larger than an Alliance dreadnought.
Yeah, that sort of information you can keep to yourself, Edie. Not the sort of stuff I need to hear when I'm about to board the damn thing.
Tally, you're gonna like the view.
Better than a vid?
Much.
I don't know about that right now. It's kind of looking a little bit like Palaven. Tally, I wouldn't look just yet. Wait until we've cleaned up the place a little bit. I've got to say, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. I love how many similarities they are with the Geths and the Quarians, and between the Geth and the Quarians and Battlestar Galactica. I just feel like the Geth, the Quarians, and the Cylons and the humans, there is just so many. Why can I not cross it? There's just so many similarities. It's uncanny, but. Let's just hope a rogue bullet doesn't find its way down here, because otherwise we might have a collector-style Mass Effect 2 entrance repeat going on if one of those bullets finds its way down into this tube.
How are you doing, Shepard?
The lack of gravity is a little disorienting.
The Dreadnought has artificial gravity. You should be okay once you're on board.
Until then, I'll make do with mag boots.
Hey, take your time, Commander. We're fine until they, look out a window.
Geth don't use windows, remember? Structural weakness.
The Geth are just sitting there saying, those organics would never try the no windows thing twice.
Yeah, unless someone's relayed that information back to them. Legion. I'm looking at you. If they do say that, then we know someone's tipped them off.
Looks like the rest of the team isn't using the docking tube.
So I'm guessing you'd rather not solo the Dreadnought.
Not if I can help it. Ask Tally to get on the Dreadnought schematics. If she can point me at another docking tube, I'll override the controls and let the boarding party on. Side. I've got gravity again.
Great. I'm looking for... Got it. There should be a hull breach not far from your position. The nearest undamaged docking tube is on the other side.
Think I found that hull breach you mentioned.
Admiral Geralt tried a frontal assault. We lost 6 frigates. That tiny hole was the only damage we did.
I wouldn't call it tiny. Not the way you'd have done it?
No, it was too aggressive. I argued, but as Admiral of the Heavy Fleet, it was ultimately his decision.
What about the other admirals?
Zen backed the invasion, largely as a chance to test her toys. Ron gave provisional support. Only Chorus opposed the war with me, and he was right. We could lose the whole fleet, Shepard.
We'll get your people out of here safely.
Oh, not going to get them out that way, though. Looks like I might not even get out of there at this rate.
I found another airlock. I think we're good to go.
Great. If you override the controls, we'll be right there.
Yep, just let me hook myself up with a bunch of credits first. Yeah, but as I was saying earlier, I just love how like the Quarians and the Geth just remind me so much of the humans and the Cylons in Battlestar Galactica. And they like to make quite a few references in this game to Battlestar, so a part of me likes to think they did it on purpose, but hey ho, let's let in the rest of the team, because as Joker said, I don't exactly fancy Solo in this bad boy.
Got it. You're clear to board. See any action? All quiet so far. They haven't detected us yet.
Thank you for having me over.
Well, I don't actually know where I'm going.
I'll see what I can do. In the meantime, take a look at this. There, it's open. We're clear to go.
Oh, Tally, why thank you very much, and I didn't get you anything. Now, the arc pistol is actually a very, very good heavy pistol, at least in my eyes it is. It's the one thing that I'd maybe upgrade the Scorpion with, so if you're using the Scorpion before, I would potentially use the arc pistol. It's basically, the Scorpion's good, but the arc pistol you can charge up each shot, so kind of like you can with the Growl Spike Thrower, the shotgun that you can get from Tachanka, which I used to use before I upgraded the Wraith. Now, obviously that is the fully upgraded Scorpion, and this one's a bit lower, but to be honest, I'm not going to bother using it because I like my 200% recharge speed. My recharge speed. But I will give it to Tally, though, even though it hasn't been upgraded yet, and there's no mods for it. It is a kind of funky little gun to use, so someone better be using it.
Looks impressive.
It's Admiral Zen's design. It transmits an energy pulse on contact that disrupts shields and synthetics.
That'll be handy.
How come I don't get a new gun?
Wouldn't find one in your size.
Oh, poor Garrus. He didn't get the gun on Sakesh, he hasn't got the gun now. All he wants is a new gun, bless him.
So where are we headed?
We're looking for an operations center. I can disable the Reaper command signal from there.
Where's the closest one? You did fine at the collector base.
I got set on fire.
Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Was a little bit of fire between friends.
Guardian anti-fighter lasers. Looks like they're using ultra-violent frequencies, like the Solarians.
Expensive. Bet it gives them an edge in close combat, though.
When the fleet rushed the Dreadnought, those lasers carved right through our ships.
You okay?
Kind of like the Collectors did to the original Normandy as well. Glad we got the upgrade. Maybe you could use a few of those upgrades as well. But before we move on, let's quickly see what everyone's using. Assault rifle, shotgun, Tally use a pistol. You're good with the old shotguns, but if someone's assault rifle, shotgun, pistol, let's get the trifecta going on here. And let's give everyone incendiary ammo. Let's hotkey up your combat drone and concussive shot. Yep, let's do this.
Watch out! Gas incoming!